Hello, happy Friday, or for you, happy Saturday, but it is Friday, December 2nd, and I'm here to do Vlogmas Day 2. This little kitty has been very excited that I got up to do things. I know, and I've got slippery leggings on today, so she's sliding all over the place, but I have things to update. But I just got my tea, or I just got my hot water out of the kettle, so let me grab my tea. Do you want to move? Okay, we'll trade places. She is sitting right here. So, let's do the calendar first, get it steeping, and then I will chat about today's novella. So, number 2. I'm excited. So yesterday we had a chai tea, so I wonder if we're going like a white tea or a green tea today. But let's see. Okay, interesting. What do you think? You want to snuff? Oh goodness, big mushes. Oh yeah, very exciting, huh? I'm gonna put this by you, okay? She's very excited over here. So today's is Passion Fruit Tango. I think this is a new one. Let me just check my spreadsheets. Yeah, it's not one that I had in the last 2 years, but let's read and see what's in it. Okay, so this is an herbal tea. Hibiscus, cinnamon, apple pieces, rose hips, lemongrass, raspberry leaves, natural passion fruit flavor, rose petals, apricots, mango pieces, and it's caffeine free. So steeping, they recommend 5 to 10 minutes at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Exciting. And I'm just going to cut it open this time instead of you guys watching me struggle here. Ooh, that smells really good. Oh, I love that. Oh, that is super fruity, but there's a touch of like a tart floralness, which I think is the hibiscus. Oh, but that smells really good, but this is what it looks like. Super chunky. Oh, too far over. We lost something. But today I will show you the cup I'm using today. Of course, it's really hot. So I have a Christmas kitty mug here. I don't know if you can see, it's still super steamy. I actually got this at Target on Black Friday when we were shopping. It wasn't on sale, but it's part of their this year's Christmas mug. So definitely, if you like it. And what's super cute is on the inside, it says Meowie Christmas. And I love it because it's a nice big mug. And then tonight I have this little tea strainer. It's got little feet on it that hook on the edge, and I love it. It's silicone and it pops right out. And this is perfect because this is a chunkier tea. So this does have a little bit of bigger holes, but I like this one. It fits perfectly on my bigger teacups. And then I just have a little Pioneer Woman bowl that I use to set it in. So I'll put this in here. And then I will get my tea steeping. Ooh, super pretty. With the rose hips and the hibiscus and the little lemongrass in there. I think there's lemongrass. Yeah, lemongrass. And the raspberry leaves. It's very pretty. I love the way that it looks. Let me see if I can. There we go. And I'll lift it up. So yeah, it's super pretty. With the little flowers in there. Oh, I can smell that apple starting to come through because it's all starting to rehydrate. Okay, super excited there. Super excited for a new tea. Another new tea. Yay. Passion Fruit Tango. Okay, So while that is steeping, the novella that I read, I actually read it earlier today, that we are going to talk about is Snowed In with the Player. This is by Rebecca Jenshak, and this is the first book in her Holiday with the Players series. This is a new author for me, and this is the first book in a duology. The main heroine in this book and the next book are twins. And this is a new release. This came out in October, I think the end of October. And the second book, her sister's book, is supposed to come out December 6th. And I think I pre-ordered it earlier today. So I will probably be reading that around the 6th when that one comes out for my novella for around that day. But I changed up my stuff a little bit, and just to kind of show you, I have been doing like a digital planner type thing. So this is what I'm going to be keeping track of my Vlogmas. I think I might do more than 3 on a page, but this is, I at least got it set up. But instead of just doing my basic information, I added some tropes and like key points to this just to kind of help me when I'm chatting with you in case I do kind of get ahead in reading novellas. So the main characters in this are Holly and Teddy, and this is about 120 pages. Like I said, published in October, so 2022. And there's mutual crushing. This is new adult. Holly is in her first year of college, and the hero, Teddy, his name is Theodore, but she calls him Teddy, is in his second or third year of college. So this is it's kind of on the cusp between young adult and new adult for me. Brother's best friend, forced proximity, they get snowed in together, and sports. He is a college football player. He's a running back. So for Holly and her sister, her twin sister Stella, their family, they are one of those families that have a billion Christmas traditions, and they have like, this day we do gingerbread, this day we watch this movie and bake cookies, this day we go get the tree, and like they have like a schedule for their holiday festivities, and Holly is all about it. She loves it. She is a Christmas girl. And she's also very much the opposite of her twin, where she is an introvert and she's so excited. So their parents are in Cabo for leading up to Christmas. And so they decided to spend the first portion of their Christmas break up at their house in Flagstaff, or their little like winter cottage, although it's set in Arizona. So technically it's their summer cottage to escape the heat down in the desert. But so they head up there. Her sister's into like snowboarding and skiing and all sorts of stuff. Holly is excited to go up and enjoy the ambiance of winter in this little ski area and read by the fire and bake cookies. And she's all more about the like cozy holiday things than the let's get out and do stuff holiday things. But they're kind of looking forward to it just kind of being them two in this little house and just kind of getting away from college. It's they just finished their first semester at college, and they're excited to kind of just get away for a little bit. And when they show up, her brother and a whole bunch of people are at the house. And her brother, older brother, is a quarterback at the same college. And he's a year or two ahead of them. And he was supposed to be watching the house, and then they were going to go up to the cabin. But he decided to go up to the cabin as well, and brought 3 or 4 of his friends to stay with them at this little 2-bedroom cabin. And they also have friends who are going to come over who have places nearby. And he is a partier. He wants to have parties. They arrive and there's already beer stuff all over, and they're all kind of drunk. And she was a lot less irritated than I would have been, being an introvert and wanting to like come up and do these cozy things and like a little getaway, and then being forced to be around a bunch of people and let alone ones who don't pick up after themselves. And this isn't just because I'm in my early 30s. This is also how I was. I was very much the mom person in college, and it would have drove me nuts in college too. Maybe not quite to as much of an extent, but I definitely would have been more annoyed than Holly was in this situation. But they end up kind of making it work, and she has had a crush on her brother's best friend, Teddy, who's a running back for the football team. And her sister, Stella, is just kind of like pushing her to finally act on her feelings for him. And things kind of come about, and then they end up getting snowed in together when everybody else has to make a run down to the house to let some cleaners in to her parents' house while they're away. And they get snowed in together, and things finally, they lose power, and she finally gets up the nerves and kiss him. And this had some steam, not very much. It was at the very end for our full, like, steamy scene. But I thought it was super cute, and because they were younger, I feel like it felt a lot more natural. They weren't pushing into, like, having to be married or engaged or whatever at the end. They were official boyfriend and girlfriend, which is super cute. It is almost all in Holly's POV, and then we get Teddy's POV in the epilogue, which was fun. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I was thinking of giving it 4.5 stars, and then I was like, you know what? There's nothing else I would have wanted from this. I thought, it hit the notes. It had me crying at some point, but I'm notoriously easy to make cry. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And there's a lot kind of leading up to her sister's book, so I'm very excited for that. Let's see, I guess kind of a tease about her sister. So her sister is a swimmer, and she had run into some guy in an airport during one of the times she was going to or coming back from a swim meet, and they ended up becoming friends and exchanging phone numbers, and they've been kind of long distance-y kind of relationship. And we find out he is at least going to school in Colorado, which is super fun. But he is, I don't know what position he plays, but he is on the football team to the rivals of their older brother, Felix. And so when he shows up to surprise her at the lodge during one of their little Christmas dances, things go down even more so. So I think he's on the defense because one of the players who's there has a broken foot, I think, and it happened during a game, during a play that this guy named Ricci made, and Ricci ends up being Bo Ricci, who is this mysterious boyfriend texter that Stella is dealing with. So when Bo shows up to surprise Stella, he kind of figures out what's going on, and I'm not 100% clear if he knew who she was. It sounds like everybody's acting like he knew who she was before he started making his moves on her, but I don't think he knew who she was. But we'll see what exactly, who knows what. And it was a little sad because you could tell that Stella kept trying to say something to Holly, but she just couldn't really get up the nerve to get it out. And when it comes out, it just I love how supportive Holly was of her sister, and even though she didn't really want to kind of take sides, the way that the guys reacted were definitely over the top, and so she was like, we're not going to do this. Their brother, of course, says some kind of nasty things to Stella. And so the rest of the Christmas festivities, once they go back home and their parents are back in town, like on Christmas, it was a little sad because the way that he was kind of treating her, there was a lot of tension. And that this is also where we get the little bit of conflict between Teddy and Holly, because he wants to side with his players that it was a dirty hit, even though he already talked about how it was a hit that was kind of on the line, and that sometimes even if it looks dirty, and this is a thing that's discussed, I feel like, in normal football, where when we watch the replay, it looks dirty. But in reality, a lot of these hits are like snap second decisions, and the decision to continue on with a hit is probably made before, it wouldn't then be a valid hit if they're already going for them before the other player is out of bounds, and then that player ends up going out of bounds, and that other guy can't stop himself because there's not enough time, space, too much inertia, whatever it is. It's a whole thing. But so that's where the conflict comes in. And then he ends up bringing her a super sweet present, and you could tell that he just really listened to her and the things that she enjoyed. He is one of the few people who isn't family who can tell Holly and Stella apart, and it's kind of an ongoing joke with some of his other friends, but I enjoyed this. So I was going to give it 4.5 stars, and I thought, I don't know if I already said this, but I thought I enjoyed this a lot more, and it didn't have anything else I could want in it. So I'm going to give it 5 stars because, will it hold up against some of the 5 stars for full-length novels? No. But for a 120-page holiday new adult novella, it gave me all of the Hallmark vibes because Holly just wanted to do all the Christmassy type things. And it just, it's perfect. It is what, outside of maybe wanting a little bit more steam, or the steamy scene, if there's only one steamy thing happening a little bit earlier on in the book, that might be the only nitpicky thing I would change, but, they were making out. There was good tension, I felt like, between them. There's a time when they all go out to dinner, and he kind of puts his hand on her thigh, and she's just like, what am I doing? And she just gets all flustered, and it's super cute. But if you're looking for just like a fun, easygoing, just cozy, Hallmarky feeling novella, definitely check this out. I cannot wait for the second one. I feel like it'll be a little bit more angsty because we've got the tension between the older brother and Beau, but I'm very excited for her sister's book. So let's check the tea. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Okay. Ooh. You can definitely get a lot more of the base of the tea. It's a lot more herbally and a lot more full now that it's steeped. And let's see if you can see. It's this like really pretty pinkish color. It's really pretty. It's still super steamy. Oh, that lemongrass pops more than I was expecting. And it's got some tartness. The tartness, it's a lot tartar than it smells, but I don't mind it. I hear the dog running up and down the hallway. She must have just got the zoomies. It's still a little too hot for me. And like all I drink is like water, hot tea, and I also drink cold tea, but all I drink is coffee, water, and tea pretty much. So this is still really hot even for me. And I drink a lot of hot drinks and my mouth is probably destroyed heat-wise from that, but I'm trying to get a fuller taste and give all my taste buds a chance, but I don't want to burn my tongue because then I won't be able to taste anything. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I feel like it smells a lot sweeter than it tastes, and the sweetness I feel like is more of an aftertaste or coming through from smelling it while you're drinking it. But the actual taste is very tart on my tongue. So I would add maybe just a very small touch of sugar to this or a touch of honey. Ooh, I have a lavender honey from a lavender farm that's on the outskirts of town here. That might be good because that'll give a little extra to the floraliness of this. So that might be really good. Just that touch of honey to help the sweetness kind of elevate. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this for a tart option. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. And this is one that I would definitely buy if I was looking for fruity herbal teas. Because sometimes when I go shopping, I'm like, I just want green tea only. So I definitely would like more of that one if they ever sell it in a blend that's available. And I think that's all I have for you today. So we are 2 days in. I'm excited for tomorrow to see what tomorrow will bring. I already have a novella picked out that I'm going to try to pick up tonight to start for tomorrow. So we will see what happens. But if you enjoyed this, leave me a snow emoji for snowed in with the player, and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I always forget to say that, but I will see you all tomorrow.